chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. Prior to meeting you, this narcissist that is involved in your life, they've had their hearts broken by individuals. The narcissist is not exempt from going through abuse or deviant behavior from individuals. The world is toxic, and they have encountered these people. They've been abandoned. They may have been left with children. They may have been ghosted. This has happened to them. They've been used by other individuals. And this is not a video to excuse their behavior. Please make sure of that. It's not a video to excuse the narcissist that is involved in your life's behavior. It's to give you more of an insight into what you're actually dealing with. I don't want you to feel sorry for them, because the way they deal with their pain and the way an authentic soul deals with their pain is completely different. You see, when they encountered you, they were still hurt, very deeply hurt from their past, troubled from their past. And they knew that they were incredibly fortunate to have encountered someone like yourself. But still, nonetheless, they didn't appreciate it to the fullest extent like they should have done, because it's just not in their nature. And they began to project these feelings, or the way they've been made to feel in their own life, they do to others. It's as simple as that. Okay? For example, say you've been ghosted by a narcissist. They've been ghosted. Okay? Say they left you alone with children. Alright? They may have, how can I put it? Say they left you alone with your children and abandoned you. They've probably been abandoned in their life. Okay? But look, we can't dwell into their childhood and thinking that far back, because there's something that happens to you as victims of narcissistic abuse and survivors of narcissistic abuse. And you awaken, you go through the whole awakening process, and you're immediately met with information that tells you, oh, it's their past, oh, it's their childhood, oh, it's their this. But I'm telling you now, the way they process their emotions and their pain and their trauma is fucked up. Okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. You know how bad it is to have been hurt, to have been ghosted, to have been abandoned, to have been discarded, to have been cheated on. You know how bad that is. And it's probably the last thing you would even want to do to someone else. Even someone that you don't want to be around. Alright? Even someone that you don't like, particularly like them. You probably wouldn't want to hurt them in that same way, or abandon them or ghost them in that same way, knowing that that has happened to you. And that's the difference. The narcissist thinks they're an expert because they've been through these certain difficulties. They think they're an expert, and they see you as naive, full of love, naive, ignorant. That's how they view you. And they want to take that away from you. They want to take away your innocence. They want to take away that very part of you, to make you hurt. Because they know, sorry, excuse me. They know exactly how much it has hurt them. They know exactly how much it's hurt them. And in their past, people have cheated on them. People have used them. People have stolen from them. People have done all sorts of things to them. And do they go after these people? No, they don't. They don't go after these people. They don't challenge these people. They don't try to make these people's lives hell. but they make your life hell. And that's what's completely deranged about the situation. Someone that come in their life, helped them, supported them, tried their best by them, and they've done these things to you, right? So you need to understand that they won't get away with this, all right? They won't get away with this, because this is what I often talk about on the channel, and sometimes on the spiritual channel as well, if you want to check out that content maybe after this video. But they run into these same sorts of relationships that they've already had, that they're well aware of, these toxic type of relationships, because they've been in them, and they made stupid mistakes to do the same to you, and they go off into these other relationships thinking it's their happily ever after, and they get used again. They get taken for a fool again. All right? There's a big difference between you and them. All right? You don't do this to people. All right? Not unnecessarily. You're not going to cut contact with someone unnecessarily. You're not going to ghost someone unnecessarily. You're not going to abandon someone like unnecessarily, unless it's a narcissist or a toxic individual that you need out of your life. Then you're going to go no contact and do those types of strategies. But you need to understand that the narcissist is deeply troubled from their past, and this is part of the reason why they never really comprehended or fully appreciated you throughout the relationship, because they was so broken, because they was so damaged from their past. All right? And when they saw the blessing they had with you, they thought to themselves, like, how can I put this? They thought to themselves, like you're naive, you see? Like, you know no better. Like, they didn't value you not being a person like their previous suppliers and all of that. They didn't view you as someone who's real and treat you well. I'm telling you, this is like, what do they tell you when you're in school? The bully is being bullied. You know what I'm saying? The bully in school is being bullied by their older brother. The bully in school is being bullied by someone else. The bully, like these rules for the playground go into life. And I'm telling you, 100%, the narcissist has been through abuse. They've been through trauma. Yes, they would have been toxic in those situations as well. They wasn't an angel. They would have been in toxic relationships. They've been in toxic relationships, and this is what their life consists of after you're out of the picture. All right? And this is why you are so prominent compared to the rest of the people they encounter in their life. You're very different. Like, when they lose you and they realize that they don't, for example, in romantic relationships with narcissists in your life, like, you were loyal, you weren't cheating, you weren't talking to people behind their back, you were keeping it real. Like, with these new suppliers that they encounter, or even their previous suppliers, they had to check their phones, and they were insecure, and they had to check if they're cheating, and this is how they are made to feel. All right? This is how they are made to feel. And that, for a narcissist needs your whole attention, focus, and dedication on them. And you are the only person, and will be the only person, that ever gave their whole focus and dedication on them. You will be the only person that ever done it. All right? So they will go off into the future, into their life, and you'll heal, and you'll be hurt. You'll be going through your process, but they will know that you are authentic. They know what authenticity is. They know what it is for someone to be real, because they associate it with you. You see, no one they encounter in their life ever again, or has been in their life, will be truer than you are, will be more loyal than you are, will be more ethical than you are, will have more morals than you are. And I'm not saying you're perfect, but like they encounter toxic individuals. They get manipulated themselves. All right. And a lot of the times they were manipulated by supplies that actually led them away from you. You see, a lot of these new suppliers that they encounter knew about you, right? You've probably heard me tell you that before. They knew about you, and the narcissist was venting to them and was telling them how bad you are and all of this. And the new supplier was going, "No, I would never do that." And they're both as toxic as each other. And I'm telling you, when reality kicks in, reality snaps, right? Like they realize that they're in a fucking mess. They realize they're in a fucking mess with some dusty new supply, right? And they know this new supply is dusty. They're not a fool to it. They've been through it before. All right, they've had it in their past. All right, like I said, the narcissist may have been abandoned by their child's parent. They may have been abandoned in other ways, or used in other ways, taken advantage of in other ways. All right, this is what's a big, huge misconception. It's like, what do they say? Like, you know, there's always someone tougher. There's always someone like this. Is the narcissist does encounter fucked up people. You know what I'm saying? They encounter toxicity. All right, you need to know that. You have to know that. So please, I'm not excusing their behavior. I don't. Please take this. If you can take one thing on this video, don't feel sorry for them for their past. Don't feel sorry for them because they've been through traumatic relationships and abuse and things like that. Like, I want you to understand that the things you heard about their past and how they were a victim and how like they did twist and contort it. All right, don't take their words as gospel. Like when they told you about their toxic relationships before, because that's often what they do. Right, they don't take that as gospel. Like they were still swindling you and twisting it around and stuff like that. They're not as innocent as they make out. Right, they were in toxic dynamic relationships. They were toxic. Their former supplier was toxic. They're in new relationships now. The new supplier is toxic. They're toxic. Okay, that's how it is. And you are the one that will be the prominent force that supersedes the rest. The one person that is authentic. The one person that is true. The one person that is real. The one person they didn't have to look over their shoulder. You know? And they may have accused you time and time again of cheating or infidelity or things like this. They may have accused you and berated you for cheating. They may have done these things time and time again with you. All right. They may have installed spying software or hacking software on your phone. Right. This is what they can do. Right. That's how insecure they are from their past. Right. They'll install, you know, hacking software, spying software. And it's not like they looked at that and saw you not cheating and thought to themselves, wow, this person is real. Like they're not, like they still berated you. They were still insecure. They're deeply, deeply, deeply insecure about cheating and all of that. And after what you've been through with you being cheated on, or for example, if you have, like that can make you insecure, right? You understand how it is, but you're not going to go and make someone else's life a misery because of that. Okay. You're not like, you own your own shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And please understand, they've had traumatic relationships. They've had deranged relationships. They've run into toxic individuals. And yes, these narcissists out there do end up with each other. It's not always a narcissist and an empath dynamic. It's not always that way. All right? It's very rare for them to come across an empath, authentic soul, genuine soul, a chosen one. It's very rare for them to come across that. And each and every time a narcissist does come across a genuine soul, authentic soul, a chosen one, an empath, they don't value the chosen one. They don't value the empath. They don't realize what they've got until it's gone. And I'm telling you, when you're gone, that's when they realize. When you're getting on with your life, when you go on and succeed, which is what is ahead of you. I know you might be in dark days, but I promise you, you'll get through this. You'll battle through this, and life will get brighter. You'll love your own life. And it's not necessarily just about finding someone else, but you'll love your own life. All right. And they're going to be pissed. See what I'm saying? They're gonna be pissed because they like you handled things differently. You process your emotions and your pain and your trauma in the right way. Okay, they don't do that. Okay, they gave you, they made your life difficult. They made your life complicated because of how much pain they've been through. All right, so they're incredibly damaged souls. Incredibly damaged souls. They were damaged when you met them. A lot of the times, they're very, very damaged when you met them. Okay, and they're not gonna get any better. All right, so I want you to embrace this. Have a conscious awareness that their past wasn't sunshine and rainbows. And even many of you have heard toxic stories or where they claiming they're a victim and this and that. Like, they were involved in toxic relationships. Okay, they're not innocent. They were behaving toxically as well, or deviantly as well, in these relationships. And it's like fire and fire, you know, both. This is what their relationships were, you know, dysfunctional. And that's what they have now. Okay, you were the only person that brought that steady balance, that realness, that loyalty. And like people always comment many times in the comment section, narcissists don't value these qualities. Look, they don't value it like how someone ethical or morally right would value or commendable. Like, they won't, you know, find your traits commendable, but they know they're commendable traits. They know that these traits that you have are something commendable, are something that's not frowned upon, are something that's respected. And that's why they try to pretend to be the way you are. So they are aware that your traits are commendable. And also, it does provide a potent supply source by you having these traits. So this is why they need it. It's not a matter of whether they value it or not, or respect it or not. They know it is respected from a worldly perspective. They know it is respected, but they know it's respected, but they basically how can I put this? They know your traits are commendable. They know they're respected. All right. They know that, but this signifies a potent supply source to them. Okay. These traits that you have, authenticity, realness, loyalty, this is what they need for a potent supply source. Like I said, they need someone's focus on them. They need someone plugged into that regime. They need someone invested in them. And they're not going to find someone who invests in them like you do in these toxic relationships. They'll find someone that cheats on them. They'll find someone that uses them for sex. They'll find someone who takes advantage of them. They'll do this stuff, right? And this is what I mean to you. Please understand this, chosen ones, empaths, and genuine souls. Like, some of these relationships that you're seeing them and they're trying to make you jealous over, like, oh God, like, they're being used in these new relationships with these new suppliers and stuff like that. They're being taken advantage of, but still, they may even know they're being taken advantage of, and they just want to make you jealous. Like, that means more to them than actually, you know, having some decency about yourself and not tolerating that. Like, they'll rather just make you jealous and make out they're living happily ever after when they're not. Okay? Like, if you went through the narcissist involved in your life, like checking your phone, maybe, like thinking you're cheating, like, when they try and do this with a toxic person, the person might damn right just tell them, no, you're not looking at my phone. See what I mean? Because they're hiding things. All right? The narcissist isn't going to have the relationship they had with you. All right? They know that the traits you have are commendable and respected. And this is why they mirrored you to such a high degree, to make you think that they had the same value structure, as you did. They know, all right? They know that your traits are respected. And all they did is abuse you and take you for granted. You see what I mean? That's all they did. All they did is abuse you, take you for granted, make you suffer, make your life hell. And that's how fucking deranged they are. The very person that provided them quality, a decent living, a decent way of life, that taught them things, that showed them what real loyalty is. If it's a romantic relationship, you showed them what real love is, and love can exist even in friendships and family. But like, they knew that you had a pure type of love, and they treat you badly, you know. But these other people that use them and abuse them and have abused them and abused them in their past, you know, they don't take out their frustration on them. Okay, so this is where the misconception comes across from. I hope you're still here. I hope you're listening. This is where the misconception comes across from many channels that you watch, like where they make out the empath is weak, or they make out the empath has got something wrong with them, right? No, it's just the narcissist takes out the frustration on you because, like, you're an easy target. See what I mean? Because you're not gonna react a certain way that these toxic individuals do. You're not gonna behave that way, you know. So they take their frustration out on you. They try to make your life suffer. And you just gotta really analyze that, like, and really comprehend what I'm saying there. Like, it's not because you're weak or anything, but they make you suffer. The very person, I'm not saying you're perfect. Please understand and embrace. I'm not saying you're perfect, but they're making the very person suffer that I hope piece back together their life in some cases, that help get them jobs in some cases, that help support when they were sick in some cases, right? They took on duties of theirs that were not their own. Like, they made your life suffer. They know they're wrong. See what I mean? They know they're wrong. Their main goal is for you to stay broken, you to stay hurt, or to turn you dark and wicked, so you never recover. Alright? And I can understand you going relatively dark for a period of time. It's understandable. It's part of the process. You can go relatively dark for it, but don't turn fundamentally dark. Don't let this narcissist that's evolved in life, you know, turn you to be dark to everyone and everyone. Right? Be cautious with new people. If you've got trusted people around you or good friends, be good to them. Or family, be good to them. If you haven't got anyone around you, then look for the people that you'll meet. You need to be in this world for the people who you meet in the future, right? For what you're going to carry on in your life in the future, for the people who you encounter in the future, the true people that you encounter in the future. Okay? It's just completely messed up. They are horrible and mean and nasty and evil towards good, nice, decent people like yourself. Alright? They don't go chase after these suppliers that took advantage of them, used them, abused them, abandoned them. They don't. The reason why narcissists that are involved in your life become so obsessed about the chosen one, empath, and genuine soul is because you are the only one who fucking gave a fuck about them. Ever. More than their own family. More than their own friends. More than their colleagues. More than everyone. You were the only one who gave a shit about them. You really did. And it's time that you off that switch. See what I mean? And once they know that switch is off and you no longer care about them, yes, more trouble and chaos can ensue from them. I will warn you about that. It can ensue more trouble and chaos from them where they try and destroy you because they know they've lost you for good. Right? They can do that. But it's better to be out of the picture. You know? They shoot themselves in the foot that way. Narcissists don't know how to repair relationships that they've destroyed. Okay? They know how to play the victim about relationships they've been in. They even play the fucking sorry for my swearing, I do apologize because I know some of you don't like it, but I'm sorry. Like, they even play the victim about you, you know? They try and spin the dynamics, control the narrative. They even play the victim about you. And you didn't do things wrong to them. I'm not saying you're perfect, but you didn't cheat on them. You were as truthful as you could possibly be towards them. You supported them in the best possible way, and they make out that you was a problem, or you was, you know, something was wrong with you. Okay? Yeah, let them have that moment. Let them have that moment initially. Let them have that moment. Let them try and gossip about you, backbite you, you know, smear your name. Let them do all of that, right? Just focus on you. Focus on your healing. Okay? Focus on your healing and let this person go. Because fundamentally, they're going to be haunted by your presence in their life for the rest of their days. And you need to know this. And the only way for them to fully register this in their minds is by you being out of the picture, is by you closing that door, is by you door slamming it, bolting it, and welding it shut, and never letting them back in your life again. That's the only way they learn. And they don't even learn to change enough. Like, they don't learn and go, oh, right, I'm not going to be like that anymore. They haven't got the capability of doing that, you know? But they'll realize what they've lost. And that's the best you're going to get, right? Is them realizing what they lost within you. So they've had their heart broken time and time again. Their new supplies will break their heart. Their heart is getting colder and colder as time proceeds. Their heart was already very cold when you encountered them, all right? And it's not getting any softer. It's not getting any more fleshy. It's not getting any more decent, okay? The more suppliers they encounter, the worse they're going to get. The more they're going to age, all right? Especially in romantic relationships. Too many partners in one lifetime isn't good for you, and they run through supplies like water. You know, they go through supplies like water, okay? And even more so in some cases after they lose the chosen one, empath, and genuine soul, because they're on the search for your replacement. That's something that becomes their life's work, and their mission for life is to replace you. Because they think to themselves, if they can replace you with someone better, then they win. And they just don't. They just don't. I assure you, 100%. Don't compare yourself to no one. They don't replace you. And they never will. Alright? They never, ever will. I promise you that. So, leave them in the mess they created. Leave them in the mess they created. So, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you like to. You may donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below. If you would like access to over 100 exclusive videos, daily uploads, and custom video requests, join my membership program at zionmembership.com. Links also in the description box below. There's a 3-day free trial and you can cancel at any time. All content is made by me with no ties to any organisation or university. Your support truly keeps us going. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.